I'm Sabuin. I'm the current owner, founder, and forever be the founder of official Maxul and Maxul Clone on Instagram. Yeah, I wanted to start this series where I just speak to you guys and like with my notes on a certain topic. Each week, well, I try to do each week. Busy schedule with uni and stuff, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna try and do. Yeah, cause I just want to have like a connection, you know. Like I do post a lot on Instagram, almost like 3 times, 4 times a week, but I don't really like show my face out there. The only time I really showed my face was on the Volume 1 clothing drop, which some of you might even know that was me, to be honest, or the owner of the brand. But yeah, I just wanted to put myself out there to you guys, have a connection face to face, and just speak to you guys. Yeah, so today's topic we're going to be talking about the start of beauty and broken things. Like, what does beauty and broken things even mean? And like what connection I have with beauty and broken things, the reason why, and the meaning behind what Maksud is. Um, but before any of that, I want to talk about why I wanted to start this series, and the real reason is shout out to my boy Trent. He's the reason why I really wanted to start this. Actually, I've been speaking to him about it for quite a while now, and he was like to me, "Oh, like, why didn't you just start speaking to people? Because we shared each other wisdom. Like he tells me something, he sends me a post, and then I give my feedback, and it's just like a nice one-to-one talk. And if I'm able to have that with you guys, then like I think it would be beneficial for not just me, but for everyone who does speak to me about whatever we do to speak about. Yeah, so my first topic will be like brokenness. Like, what does brokenness mean to me for my brand? So, brokenness literally stems from my brand. Maksul. Maksul in Arabic means broken. And I think a lot of us have our experiences in life, whether it be good or bad. But the connection I have with brokenness is literally where I'm from. An Afghan boy, where not I'm not Afghan. I'm from the UK, but my parents, immigrant parents, struggling to come here to have a beautiful life here. For me to even be able to speak to you guys, sit here right now, have Maksul and speak to you guys face to face on the camera. Legit, the only reason that is because of my immigrant parents. So shout out to them. So my next topic I'm talking about is what does broken even mean? So brokenness is defined differently by each other. Like one person can have their own definition of brokenness, whereas someone else could have their own, and can they have their own, and another one have their own. Like you can't have a universal um, meaning for it. I remember this before I even established Maksul as a brand. I had a post where it said something along the lines of, "No one can see what you can see, even if they can actually see it. It's all about perspective." And that stuck with me for a very long time. And then to the point where I made it a like the post, I made it a t-shirt. Um, if I do edit this, then I'll probably slap a photo of the t-shirt. You guys can grab it. Maxwellclo.com. Yeah, so yeah, basically the whole motive is like what one person might experience may be seen as the worst possible thing that's happened to them, but in reality, like that worst possible scenario for another person might be the best ever experience they've ever had. Like you can never see like what another person is truly going through, you know. And that's the true meaning of beauty and broken things. It stems from the belief of perspective. And that's why on my page I often promote gratitude and why we should be very grateful for what we have, because you can never like judge anyone for what they have experienced in life, but just be grateful because there will always be an individual in your position that you are dreading. Like that 9 to 5 you have, you might be dreading waking up to even go to it, but like another person might be like, I wish I had that 9 to 5. And one person I do know is probably my own father, who came from a war-torn country in Afghanistan with the war between Afghanistan and Russia. Yeah, it's a hard topic to even speak about because of the trauma, like speaking about the trauma my dad's been through. But I think it'll be like a good thing to talk about because I think a lot of people can relate, especially when the majority of my followers they come from an Arab background. Yeah, so my dad he came to this country like probably like 20 plus years ago. Um, where his life in Afghanistan was probably the worst life I've ever even thought about, to be honest. Like, the guy at the age of like 16, 15, he would be taking care of 13, 14 people in one singular room. Probably, I'd say the size of my room, I'd say. Um, yeah, at such a young age, he would be bringing food, which would be hardly anything. Yeah, he's had it tough. So then he just thought, he like, why would I stay here? Why would I stay in Afghanistan, a war-torn country where I have the high possibility of dying, where he could end up getting blown up or he could end up getting shot in the crossfire. But he thought he'd rather risk dying on the way coming here and risk it all for his own sake and probably for my sake as well. That's why I do promote like this gratitude, because look at what my dad's come through, and that's what he tells me a lot: to never look down on someone, to always look up. The person above you, look up to them. Even the people who aren't as fortunate as you, look up to those type of people, because those type of people have the strongest faith. They have nothing in this world, but truly in the next life they have probably much more than a person has with the amount of wealth they have. So we can talk about the pressure to look perfect in today's world. People have an expectation of what you're meant to be and what you should be, but what really matters is how you feel and how you feel in that moment, because it's really what you want. You shouldn't be living for what other people want, because it's your life. You will only have one life at the end of the day, and you wouldn't want to do nothing with that life and be living for someone else. That's why I tell my close friends and family to start that job that they want to start, or that brand they want to start like 5 months ago, or the music or the song they want to start to make, or that book they want to start reading. Just do it. Don't do it for people, because in the end of the day, it's gonna be your life. It's gonna be your name that you're gonna be leaving on this earth. You know, that impact is gonna be by your name. And if it's not benefiting you, or it's not benefiting anyone that you leave on this earth, then does it really matter? You know. Yeah. My third topic was culture and my personal influences. Like I already said, I'm Afghan. I come from an Afghan background, but I was born here in the UK, London. My parents, again, like I said, immigrant parents, came from Afghanistan, war-torn country. My dad, like I said, I gave you the story of my dad. Through his journey, actually, he learned a couple languages. He learned Russian. He speaks Urdu as well, because of Pakistan. Um, he spent some time in Tajikistan. That's how he knows Russian. He knows our language in a village called Derinul. He speaks Pashay. He speaks Pashto, Farsi, English as well, because we live here. Yeah, that's probably like one of the. I wouldn't say one of. It's probably the only guy I do look up to. Like, I wouldn't have asked for a better role model. When I was younger, he did it. Like, he did advise me a lot, but I never took it to like. I never like really thought about it, like I never took it to deep meaning, But now that I've grown up, age 19, I understand a lot now, like why he said those things to me at a young age, and why he wanted me to sit a certain way, or why he wanted me to eat a certain way, and why he wanted me to speak to these type of people and not speak to these type of people. Like, I do understand it, because he's experienced it all, and he'll never want the worst for his children. Yeah, so another topic on brokenness we can talk about is how brokenness can be translated. It can be translated in many ways: through film, through poetry, through even like stuff like this where I'm talking to you guys face to face, through clothing, through different various ways. And I think that's what's beautiful about it, that we're able to do stuff like that. Personally, in my culture, we do it through rug making, where we make rugs. I've got a piece coming out very, very soon, so if you guys stay tuned, in volume 2, it'll have some relations into Afghan rugs and stuff. Again, that's still in the works. We'll see what will happen with that. Yeah, so Afghans do it through poetry as well. There's this poet, not poet, but like there's this poem that I posted, but even that's before I established Maxor, I think, maybe, but it was around some early November times, last year. or December or January, around that time, where I was posting a poem by this man, and it's probably one of my most favorite poems. And he talks about the life he lives on this earth and how traumatic it is for him to be able to lose two of his sons in the war, innocent lives to be lost for no reason. Every time I do listen to it, it gives me goosebumps, and I get like very emotional even listening to it. If I do edit this, I'll slap it in here and I'll let it play.
اشعاری دارم و در دل اگر گویم زبان سوزد اگر بانم در بین دل ترسم که استخوان سوزد اگر بیرون کشم از دم ترسم کلی جهان سوزد لخلی کلای نسم دقلت دی پرتای
Yeah, so another key reason why I really want to do this, again, like I said, is because of my father. Why I really wanted to start Maksul. The man, he's living embodiment of Maksul, to be honest. Yeah, and I want to translate that. Legit, I want to translate that through my clothing brand. Like, I tell myself, like, what excuse do I really have for my dad to be living a life like that, and I'm here, not doing anything about it. Like, I really thought I should express my story to you guys, you know. But like, I know for sure my father would tell you guys that this was not all down to his own ability or down to luck. I'd say he would tell you guys that it was all down to his faith and iman he had, the belief he had that God will like take him into a better place, you know, like a better circumstance, a better situation, to have a better life instead of living in a war-torn country and having the possibility, a very, very high possibility of passing away. Yeah, I find it very, very crazy because to be able to pray and have total faith in God's actions whilst you're witnessing crazy scenes like that, people getting shot for no reason, people getting bombed for no reasons, their house coming down, their children, people screaming for their own children, people praying janaza for little kids, people praying for their own elderly family. It's crazy, like left, right, and center, forwards and backwards. All you see is war. And the only thing you can do is just escape and just run away, and that's the risk my dad legit took. Like my father knew that in the end of all of this, like these hardships came from God, came from Allah, and he knew that he'll be able to withstand these difficulties Allah has given him previously. In the Quran, Allah says that with every hardship there is ease, and that Allah doesn't burden a soul with more than he can bear. And clearly, my dad, he lived up to the test that was given to him by Allah. And Alhamdulillah for that, and I'm always grateful for that. So, like, what can we learn from our own father? Like, what can we learn from his situation? Is that in the hardest moments in life, they often become the greatest teachers to us. It reveals our true strength, and we understand that you could have never gained that good situation if you haven't experienced that struggle. Like, if my dad never went through the struggle of coming here, maybe I would never be in the situation to be able to just sit in the camera, like I said previously, like just sit here and speak to you guys on the camera. Like, I don't think if you didn't go through that struggle, we wouldn't have that beautiness from it, you know. So like every experience you do take, and every loss and every delay, every setback you do experience, a blessing does unfold, but with purpose and meaning behind it. Even if you can only recognize the meaning long after the moment has passed, that's still there. It's just you have to search for it and recognize it deep down, you know. Our next topic is the modern world and social media, how people can hide their broken side through various ways, through social media, and even in person people do it. So like even people I encounter speaking to them, they do hide and show this macho man kind of personality, but deep down, like you're probably the weakest person there to be doing that persona, because why do you really have to do that? I think there's this like stereotype that men have to be like, they don't show their like broken side, or they can't show their vulnerability because of what the media shows. But I think that's really stupid, to be honest, because why are you going to be doing that for another person? Like I said earlier, why are you living for someone else's expectations? It's your own life. You want to experience those emotions in the moment, because there'll be a time where you won't be able to, and then you'll be looking back and thinking like, why did I do that? So just live in the moment, just do it. Anything you want to do, just do it, feel it, do whatever you want to do. Through Maksura, I want to promote that, um, that we don't have to promote this type of like hiding your emotions kind of persona, because it's not real, you know. I want to be able to beautify the broken parts of people, and I wouldn't want to blame people for hiding it, because I understand like the fear of people being judged, and like people hide their scars and their mistakes because they're scared of what another person would say. But I'll always go back to the point where, like, again, you're living for yourself, you're not living for other people. Just live and feel what you want to feel. So then, because of this, people end up living in a world where they're obsessed, and they have like this fake persona, fake perfection, where people polish their lives for like likes, posts, Instagram reels, TikToks, and it's not real, you know. And they forget the real beauty, and they try to hide it. What I say we need to do now, as a group, as not even just through the group between us and Maksud, but the group between us as a society, us as people, is that we need to make vulnerability stand out. Like, it does cut through all of the noise, and honesty is the true power that we have in the world that's built on so many filters and so many facades that we have across this world. But like, because of this, it makes authenticity rare. Um, but like, even though it's rare, it makes it beautiful, because it takes like courage to show your truth. It takes courage to be the person you want to be. It takes courage to do what you want to do. When everyone else is performing a version of themselves, they think others will like accept them for, you know? Like, I'd say a good example of this, of vulnerability being rare and showing authenticity as something beautiful, is through art. I'd say have a very like good connection. I have a very big passion for art, whether that be creating posts, whether that be creating clothes, whether that be creating my own kind of note speeches for you guys. People like that, artists, they create from pain, and I think that's what's beautiful about it. Like, because the suffering forces them to confront their own emotions, and it changes their wounds into something that speaks to others. Instead of being able to speak one to one, they do it through the canvas, or they do it through their clothing, or they do it through videos or stuff like that, and then it can easily be translated to someone who might not understand when someone's speaking to them, you know. And one artist I do really appreciate, and I do really love his artwork, and hopefully one day I'll be able to meet, because why not? So this world is so small, and he does also live in London. Is Alali Sloan. Yeah, Sloan doesn't really care what people think, but he does express like what he wants to express through his artwork. A lot of people do think his artwork is like contradicting, but um, I think that's what I like about it. That your whole brand, your whole persona is it's all about contradiction, and at the same time you're happy because you're posting or you're creating what you want to create. You can really tell that he puts all his emotions into his brand, and that's what I want to try to do, and a big influence. So thank you to Sloan. If he does see this, I want to thank him personally, and be able to see him or meet him one day, and maybe one day even collab. But again, I do have to put out more clothing, put out more stuff, you know. One idea I really liked from Sloan was the whole fuck Sloan motive he upheld when he made them t-shirts. Because like, in the end of the day, like, in this big world, who really are we to be able to say, I'm this guy, I have this ego? We're all like tiny people on this massive planet. We can never we can only make ourselves so big. And again, that makes us look so stupid, because there's always going to be a guy who's always better than you. But like, at the same time, does that really matter when you're happy in your own position? You're benefiting people, and you're doing what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So beauty does come from discomfort, since growth, creativity, and meaning usually rises from very moments to shake us and strip us down and and expose us. To be honest, the next topic is why I did build this brand, about this concept, why I did do this. So Maxur, I wouldn't say it's just a clothing brand, but like a whole idea. It's a reminder that brokenness can be powerful, it can be meaningful, and even like beautiful when you learn to own that. When you learn to own that brokenness, it can really be beautiful. Every piece I do create, whether it be a post, a caption, a piece of clothing, is meant to represent a story, not just my story, but the people's story. I do say this a lot in my stories. I do this for the people, for my people, for all of us. It's their stories, our journey, or like a moment that shaped them or something. Because clothes shouldn't just be like a piece of thing you just wear. It should carry your meaning, and not just some fabric you just carry around with yourself. Through my clothes, I want to show you guys, like show the people that it's a way to wear your own experiences, your own identity, and your truth on your body without having to say a single word. I want people to walk down, when you're walking down the street, people be like, they understand your story, they understand your background just from what you're wearing. And I think I can do that through Maxul if I keep posting more, designing more, you know. Why I wanted to do this, why I wanted to have that motive is because we all know that suffering is universal. No matter where you are in this world, no matter what you have, no matter what losses you have, no matter what disappointments you face, and no matter what moments you have that break you, we all experience it, no matter who we are in society. Again, that's why I really like the whole fuck Sloan motive, because we all experience the same things. You might think you're a big, tough guy, but in reality, you have some things that you're hiding, and the reason why you have that high ego is so you can hide it. We all understand like why that does happen, because again, you fear what other people will be saying. You're scared of what they might say, but again, why would you be scared of what someone else says when it's your life that you're living? Also, everyone understands brokenness, everyone understands pain. It's like it's its own language. People connect with you more, and especially when you expose your real struggles, people are able to open up to you. You learn a lot from other people, instead of just perfecting your own image. Not all of us are perfect. I would say not even everyone is perfect. No one's perfect at all in this world. So why are you gonna try and make yourself seem like that when deep down we all have our own struggles? So again, through Maksura, I want to share your broken stories. I want to share your broken experiences and portray them to the world, because then it builds empathy, and it reminds us, or reminds people who do think they're alone, that they're not alone. They have someone to speak to, they have someone to talk to. I want to open Maksura as a space where others feel safe to be honest to each other. That basically takes us to where I end. If you guys did watch this, I do thank you guys a lot, and I do want to say that I'm very appreciative of every single one of you guys, every single one of my followers, even my haters, because they're the ones pushing me as well to be able to do what I want to do now. So yeah, if you guys have any recommendations of what I do talk about on my next series, yeah, just let me know. I'll probably be doing this as a weekly thing. If you guys have and want to speak to me about yeah, what broken things you guys have, just tell me, let me know. Say it down in the comments. Message me on official Moxul, or even my own personal account, Sabun Malik. I'll tag it all down below in the description. Yeah, and yeah, I'm thank you for all of you guys, and hopefully you guys like this, and I continue to be able to do this more.